I had an issue before the live stream where it just literally Minecraft instantly crashed as soon as I tried to open it. So that was fun. That was like 40 minutes ago, and I just barely got that fixed, so hopefully things work. Of course, Minecraft Java Edition is working perfectly, but Bedrock Edition and the preview both just instantly just crashed. So, cool. Cool. Good stuff. We love to see it. Anyway, so we're going to be working on the Mega Base tonight, as per usual, because that's all I ever do anymore. But I have some good plans. We actually need to upgrade and expand the storage system, because I might have done an oopsie there. And then it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. We spent a whole video on that. 2 weeks building it. It's not good enough. So we need to expand that. We need to get better at parkour, obviously. And we also need to decorate the outside in the no man's land. Let's see. We also got Lion. Thank you for 27 months of resubscribing. We got Casper for 59 months of resubscribing as well. Ash with the 49 months. You guys are crazy. Thank you so much. Very long time indeed. Bugrock 1, Silent 0. Listen, I think the counter is Bugrock 3000, me like 12. I think that's the current score. If anyone's keeping track, that's about where we're at. I think I have actually covered about 1,800-ish bugs, maybe more, on the Bugrock series. So there's that. You know, we've done quite a few bugs. We're at 260 something episodes. So to give you an idea of what we're going to do tonight, this right here is no man's land, the ugliest part of the base at the moment, and we're going to fix this up, and we're actually going to put some blocks down here, and it's going to be good. I've made a decision on what's going here. As you can see, it is quite sizable. It is a sizable area indeed. Now, what we kind of also need to do at some point is decorate No Man's Land Plus, which I guess is out here. Not really decorate it, but like, you see how there's a bunch of stone out here? I want to come through and rip all this out and put down grass. So that'll be for a live stream at some point. We also need to like clean up this little edge out here, but that's kind of low on the to-do list. But we'll get that done at some point, just to make this area look a little bit nicer, you know. Because that is, it's a pretty big part of the base, you know. It kind of like, it draws your eye into it when you're looking at this area, and it's about time that we get into that, right? Exiled, welcome in. Ryan as well. Curly, welcome in. Does that area include lamps? I don't think so. I don't think I can find a way to get lamps into No Man's Land Plus. No Man's Land Plus is just gonna stay as is. Besides some like grass. Maybe put down some like bone meal or something. This area though, No Man's Land regular will indeed have some lamps in it. So I'm not leaving you out to dry, lamp cult. We will have lamps over there. But yeah, what have you guys been up to? Last few days. I've been struggling out here. I had the Minecraft crashing issue today. That was new, but I also had that happen to eventually resolve as well, which is like the main thing I use to edit, so it was like kind of a problem. But this is exciting news, guys! Did you see that Minecraft Live is happening on the 22nd, I believe? So that's good. We're only like 2 weeks away from that, right? 22nd is next Saturday. No, Saturday after next. So yeah, that's gonna be really good. They're gonna be talking about the next update. They're gonna be talking about all kinds of things, and I'm excited. You've been getting absolutely destroyed in Star Wars Battlefront 2? Man, I haven't played Star Wars Battlefront since like forever. Just a long time. Long time. You're preparing for a cyclone? That doesn't sound good. Isn't a cyclone just a hurricane, but with them fancy European names or something? Fancy non-American names? That doesn't sound good. Jeez, hopefully you're all safe out there. Hopefully it doesn't hit too hard. Dancing mob videos was great. It was. Okay, now I know that we want to rip out the red that's right here. I'm not sure what color to replace that with. We might just do like green on one corner, purple on one corner, blue on the other, to keep it similar. This red was always a temporary, but it's something that I want to rip out. So I want to tell you what the problem is with the storage system. If I can bounce around here a little bit better. So in the last episode, we spent quite a while building up this storage system, and if you know about it, then you know about it. However, there is One critical flaw with this system. I'll give you a couple of seconds to write down in the comments what you think the flaw is. So, that's your elevator music. So the issue is speed. Now, this is our auto-crafting bay right here. Now, the problem is that hoppers can only move about 9,000 items per hour. So the issue is that we already kind of ran into with the gold farm, is we need additional filters right here just to pick up all these nuggies, and then some additional filters to pick up the bars, right? Now, even with, 3 of these hoppers for ingots, some of them will skip over the first 2 and go into the third one, as you had 1 right there. So that's why you need a little bit of redundancy. There is just the randomness of hoppers on Bedrock Edition, so we have to have a couple more item filters than you would normally expect. Now, these are normal item filters right here that we had run directly into auto-crafting, and there's only enough filters there for 1 filter per auto-crafter. So what we need to do is we need to redesign this entire upper water stream, give it a much larger loop, like we're going to take it out that way, probably like 10 blocks, loop it all the way down to the end of, over there. And we're going to have like maybe 30 or so item filters on the backside over here that all lead into their individual auto-crafters, and then send those auto-crafting items into these item filters. And then we don't even need the auto-crafters down here anymore. So it's a little bit of a oopsie-whoopsie, but it's an easy solution. This is basically going to mean that we have a secondary water loop down here. This main loop right here is still going to be going off to the furnace smelter, the swords, flesh sorting and all that stuff. But it's just going to take quite the detour. Now, there's also the idea of using some double or triple or quadruple speed item filters using hopper minecarts. And we'll probably use a couple of those for things like rotten flesh. However, there's a bug of hopper minecarts where they're directional. Surprise, surprise. And that might be a bit of a problem. But we'll see if we can fit some of those in here. Okay, so that was like a 2-minute explanation of what's happening down here. Now, there's also an issue with our mob switch as well. Not really an issue, I just need to expand it. So let's go up to the top of here. So this little line right here is the very center chunk of the base, and we have our mob switch down pretty much directly beneath the center right here. So that means that everything that you can see that is within this little, diamond shape is completely spawn-proofed. However, mobs can spawn right on this outside edge. It might even be... It's actually on these 2 outer blocks. So mobs can spawn on this layer right here and in no man's land. So if we want to fix that, we need to have 4 mob switches, and they need to be in like the diagonal chunks out here. So at some point, we're gonna have to make another 3 mob switches. We need 1 like right there, underground. 1 right there, underground. We can move our existing 1 to like over there, underground. And then we need another 1 over there, underground. And that'll stop all mobs from spawning on the entire surface area of the base. And that'll be perfect, basically. So as long as I come stand here in the middle of the base at some point, load up those mob switches, I can move anywhere out along the edges, and all of them will still be spawn-proof. They don't have to be in loaded chunks, but they do have to be loaded at one point or another. So we'll need to do that at some point. So those are the 3 main projects that I'm thinking about right now. Spam torches everywhere. Yeah, that's why we're using the mob switch, because I did not want to rely on these tracers to spawn-proof the base. I also did not want to rely on actually having to light up or spawn-proof the base manually. A mob switch is a much better opportunity. That actually survived? I didn't want this. Thank you. And it still survived! These things are immortal. There we go. Mob switch is so good. They're very good. They're very convenient. Very easy to build as well. So we'll use our gold farms to make those mob switches again, of course. No, so the gold farms don't care about mob switches at all. They do produce surface mobs, so we can actually use the pigment from the gold farms to stop other surface mobs from spawning in the area. However, gold farms are not a natural source of mob spawning. It's forced mob spawning. So they don't care about the mob cap at all. What? Excuse me. We actually have this in... We just made that? Is that actually there? Hold up. It's actually there. I can pick block that. There's no way we just made this. This is so incredibly rare to find in vanilla, like Minecraft natural generation. And we just made one just by mining cactus. I swear, I am the finder of bugs in this game. We're going to try and save this. If I can go the entire season of keeping this there, that would be beautiful. Unless it's just a visual bug, but like we can pick block that to get the cactus on our hotbar, as you see. So if I relog, is it still gonna be there? It's a really good question. That's crazy. Cactus has a bottom texture? It does! It's so rare to see it. Oh my god! Okay, it's actually there! We relogged and it's still... What? Bro, I was just mining some cactus. Yeah, so this is what the bottom texture of cactus looks like, by the way. In case you've never seen it, they did add a bottom texture. You can find this in natural Minecraft generation. It's very, very rare. But if you find like a puddle, a pond, or a lava lake generating somewhere in a desert biome, then you can have this happen. We're gonna give this thing a wide berth out here. We don't want to mess up. All hail the holy cactus. I think we might have started a cactus cult. Yeah, a cactus cult incoming. Yeah. Jeez, that's great. Man, I can't even mine some cactus without finding a new bug. This is great. I love it. Bro. Love it. This game works perfectly well, guys. Don't worry about it. Also, I saw that like Slack joined the server. Hey yo, welcome in. Building a cactus church. I'm not sure what farm was supposed to go here, but not anymore. When is the next video? I'm not entirely sure, but sometime soon. I actually have a really, really awesome opportunity coming up that I'm like super excited for. It's huge. It's massive. You guys are gonna really enjoy it. So I spent a few days working on stuff for that. Had to do a lot of editing, so I can't say anything about it, but I'm excited for it. You guys will see it when you see it. Not sure when it's gonna release, but like, it's gonna be good. I'm excited. Curious. Yeah, curious indeed. Okay, so what I'm looking for right now is wool. Wool. There's a silent H in the word wool, by the way. No one knows about it, but it's there. It's underappreciated. Wool. That's why the woolly mammoth is called the woolly mammoth. Because it produces the very fine wool. Wool, yes. You want to see it? Now! Too bad. So we're going to... how much do we get for this? It's 3, right? 2 to 3. That is genuinely a horrible return. I want to know what made the Minecraft devs decide that 2 entire cubic meters of wool gives you 3 tiny little carpets. I mean, look at that. That's 1 pixel. That's 3 pixels worth of carpet right there. Each one of these is 16 pixels. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway. Wahole or wool? Wahole. There's a lot of H sounds in there. Yeah, okay, we're gonna take another nap real quick. Have I ever hired someone to redo my floor? What? Oh, okay, that makes... yeah, okay, I get it now, You're referencing the carpet, okay. I'm gonna record a little clip real quick. So it is finally time to decorate the no man's land on the outside of the base, because this area right here looks really, really ugly. I haven't done it because I've been busy building storage systems, but we are going to put down some lovely blocks out here. I thought long and hard about what blocks I want to do out here. We were going to do maybe some water or something like that, but I've decided carpet. Just good old gray carpet. Why? It's very cheap. It's easy to build. We don't need to rip out the floor to install it, and... you know what? If we decide that we hate it at one point, we can just float away with some water. Now, the problem with carpet is that it takes 2 entire cubic meters of wool to actually get 3 of these things, so it's kind of expensive. But we can very easily go ahead and cover it in this entire area. It's just going to take like 12 hours, don't worry. So we're going to go buy all of the wool that we can real quick. We're probably going to spend all of the diamonds that we have. Hopefully, it's kind of cheap. I'll have to see. I believe it's Genfire that has the wool shop. Yeah, we have 50 diamonds. That's maybe 50 stacks of wool. How many stacks of carpet is that going to turn into? Ancient City wool farming? That's actually... You thought the sunflower was a creeper? Bro, you might need to get your eyes checked. This process will be alarmingly tedious. No, so the worst part about wool is that you can place... Sorry, the worst part about carpets is that you can place carpets on top of carpets, and then you gotta break the carpet to place the carpet back where you wanted the carpet in the first place. So, that's gonna be annoying. 150 stacks of carpet? I don't think so, because it's 2 to 3. 50 stacks of wool wouldn't be... I think it would be like 70, right? Because it's plus 30%. Where's my wool farm? Right? That's what I need. That's what I need is a wool farm, exactly. $75, yeah. That's what I thought. See, get your math right. See, I know my numbers real good. Seeing that Xbox requires a subscription to play Bedrock Minecraft now? So if you have it through the Game Pass, then yeah, you would need to have the Game Pass subscription to keep playing. But otherwise, like Xbox Live, you should be able to play solo without Xbox Live. But yeah, like if you want to join servers and stuff, I think you always needed live, right? Everyone has a wool farm. I'm pretty sure most people have a wool farm. Oh, is there only 27 stacks in here? Oh, there's not even 27 stacks in here. How much is this? $1 per stack! Oof! $1 per stack! Okay. So you saw how large that area was, right? So we're gonna need approximately 20 million stacks of carpet. And this stuff was $1 per stack. So... better go back to the mine, swing our pickaxe side to side. Oh, okay. That was really bad. We're gonna buy all of this, and then I'm gonna see if I can get a bulk discount idea from Jen. Is Slack on? No, he left. He left me in my time of need. When the world needed him most, he vanished. Right then. Did I pay all the diamonds? I did pay all the diamonds, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna get this project done tonight. That seems unlikely. A diamond per stack though, that seems wild. We're gonna have to... You can re-dye wool now, so that's something, can you? I mean, oh, there's barely any in any of these. I figured... Yeah. Also, the fact that we're using gray is not good for our health. Because it's like the worst color. Wool farm, wool farm. Yeah, we're gonna have to build a wool farm. That's what I'm realizing right now. Ooh, we got a bundle. What's in the bundle? Bunch of junk. Cool. I've not used the bundle yet. Maybe I should use a bundle. Some take wool farm. Hey, yeah. What is this? We got droppings everywhere. We got poop. Somebody hasn't cleaned up their frog poop. Jeez. Is there any, this stock hasn't been reshopped in months. Jeez. I guess we could check our other little pickup shop. We haven't checked this in months either. We actually have a Zoglin in here that I haven't dealt with. How you doing, bud? Oh, please hold. No one's buying? No one's buying dirt? Oh, how dare they? Bro, calm down. You make a lot of noise. You scare away all my customers like that. Okay. Also, while I'm here. Is anybody restock sand? No. Okay. Let's go back to base then. Let's get out of here. Join the bundles users. I don't know if I want to. I want to be difficult. I want to be stubborn. So I shall continue to be that. Thank you for your understanding and your patience. Same thing with scaffolding. Don't look at that. I don't use any scaffolding. You've never seen me use scaffolding. It's definitely none of my inventory. Do some sheep farming off camera. What are you implying? I mean, I'm sure if I, like, go to their base, they probably have, like, just obscene stockpiles of wool, right? So we're definitely not going to be dyeing any wool, because that is by far the worst way to do it. So we're going to have to build a wool farm. I did have plans for one. I think it was going to be going right here, and I was thinking about it earlier, actually. Because, you know, believe it or not, I actually thought about this project before the stream. I think what I want to do is I want to automatically siphon off... Is that a creeper in there? No, okay. I want to automatically siphon off some of the iron from this farm, auto-craft it into shears, so that way this this wool farm auto-restocks itself of shears. It's still there! Lovely. Beautiful. Okay. Nobody pay attention to the scaffolding. There's no scaffolding. No scaffolding. Oh, man. Oh, man. Okay, so all that wool that we just bought? Yeah, that's not very much carpet, actually. Okay, well, we are gonna need ourselves a wool farm. That's a guaranteed right now. Why don't we just do like a little section of this? Let's see how bad this is. How many stacks is this? 9. It's like 20 stacks. That's not very good. Do I have anything I want to say to the fellow TV members? Hi? Is there TB here in the chat? How do you trim your world? You can use something like Amulet. I made a video on that. Steal from Zoe. This is a good idea. This is a good idea. I'll file that under consideration. It's usually pretty top of my list, though. He's top 3 people that I steal from. He's definitely top 3. Which is quite the honor, if I do say so myself. Yeah, so Minecraft doesn't have any official tools that you can use to, like, trim your world or anything. However, like, kind of adjacent to that, they are producing a tool called the Minecraft Editor, kind of directly inside of Bedrock Edition, where you can, like, use some world edit functions inside of Minecraft. It's pretty cool, actually. They've been working on that for a couple of years now. It's only on Bedrock Edition. I believe it's only on PC. And it's really cool. It's still kind of early stages, you know? It's not like one of the biggest projects, but it's really fun to see. I should probably make an updated video on that at some point, because it's come a long way. I made a video on it when it first came out, but there's like, every beta, there's like a couple of changes to the editor, so there's probably quite a few new things for me to check it out. And yeah, so when you delete a Minecraft chunk using a world editor, it's basically like it never existed, so Minecraft just regenerates it from your world seed, depending on like what the newest current update is. So if you delete like this area right here, it would regenerate and look basically exactly like that, because the terrain hasn't changed. But if you deleted an area and like you have an old world, then it could regenerate with new chunks, so you could get like a cherry biome or an ancient city or whatever the case may be in that area. You know, a pale garden could generate, just depending on your luck and what's supposed to be there in the new update. Seeds for all versions look the same. Yeah, so Bedrock and Java basically have seed parity now. They spent a long time making Bedrock and Java seeds look basically the same, because before they like didn't look the same at all. So they spent a long time doing that. So we're basically in parity now. The only thing that's really different is structure generation. They generate in different places depending on. Oh god, that was a bad one. You get back here. Where's the bee? Where's the bee? Get back here. Yeah. Don't be walking to that cactus. Get out of here, Espresso. I know you're Depresso, but have an espresso. There you go. These guys. Some chunks in the ocean biome or snowy plains and random icebergs. Yeah, so that's a different issue. Because we just had that in the last episode of Truly Bedrock as well, if you saw that. He yearns for the cactus. He wants to join the cactus cult. Now, some of this carpet will actually get taken out, because we're going to do some additional tracers out here. And also, this is where the podiums are going to be going for the Ultra Flexes. So we're not going to be able to build those this stream. Although I guess we could decide where we want the Ultra Flexes to go. So if you guys don't know, the Twitch has channel point redemption. So the more you watch the streams, the more points you get, right? And for 100,000 points, which is a whole lot, you can have a statue of yourself built here on the server. And we have quite the backlog of those, because we haven't had an area to build them yet. But those statues are going to be going out here. And No Man's Land. I've actually already like designed and built a few of those. Or designed them at least. We have them built in the creative world. So I know what we're doing there. So we'll get those built up here on the server. Once we have this area kind of filled in, you know? I guess we can decide where they go today. And then we will fill in the carpet, right? And then we'll build the statues. Does that seem all right? People have already been waiting a long time to get those built. So we're almost there, I promise. I did not just steal your points and run. Right now, we're filling in the outside edges of our mega base. So this is the very outside area. But we're going to switch over to doing some storage upgrades here in a moment. They are pretty cute. I'm not the greatest builder, but they're like chibi statues. So if you've seen the like little pigman statue that we have on our fan servers, it's kind of like those. Same idea. Oh wow, we actually only have like a stack of this left. But yeah, look how nice this is. Now, I didn't anticipate the little shadows out here. That's maybe an issue. But we are going to install some tracers, and then our little islands are going to have, you know, lamps. Lamps! So that's going to be good. Yeah, it's not so bad. We're always going to have some shadow issues, though, I believe. Okay, so we filled in the first little area. That was like 22 stacks or something of carpet. So if we extrapolate that, we're going to need another 400 stacks. Okay, good to know. Some people have like 180% ultraflex. Yeah, so that's another problem, is I don't know how many we're actually going to need. So let's go ahead and take ourselves a little nap, because I'm a sleepy piggo, and we're gonna figure out where those things go. We should actually also hop over to the testing world real quick, because I'm not sure how big they are. Am I dual streaming right now? I am. So if you look at our Twitch page, you can see that we're streaming on Twitch, and we're also streaming here on YouTube as well. Yeah, so if you see me reading messages that you don't see in chat, that's why. It's in the other chat. Some tickle farm sounds very awesome right now. Yeah, it wouldn't be... It'd be a little bit overkill for what I have to do, I think. A regular wolf farm produces so much. Yeah, so here's what the Chibi Piggo looks like. Chibi? Chibi? I don't know. C-H-I-B-I. I don't know. Chibi! Something like that. It's kind of cute. Also, Diagonal, thanks for gifting a sub to Slimehouse. Much appreciated. I'm sure that's like your 7,000th gifted sub or something crazy. Fenris, thank you for 18 months as well. It's crazy of you. Welcome back. Year and a half. Yeah, so we have our first 4 right here. This one is from Filthy G-Man. We also got Ash there as well. Honey and Kula over here. This one's kind of cute. I mean, look at that. It's got the crazy thing. And then this one is from Corvonic. We also have to have the dog on there as well. Chibi. Okay. I know how to pronounce one thing. Gold Farm. It's not really mine to make a tutorial on, you know? It's not my full design. We might also build this in the base. Now, this was the original Shrek face I had on the statue. It doesn't look so bad. I think this looks... Does this look better or worse than the new Shrek 5 trailer? I should make a tweet about that. Hold up. That's too good to not to make a tweet about. Both. Oh, the Trident Killer part? Oh, that Trident Killer sucks. The one that I have built on's really better? Yeah, no, there's way better ways of doing that. Right then, so we're here for the scale. I think we're gonna have to do like a 6x6 platform. Gotta get your measurements. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven? Uneven numbers! Well, I guess we're just gonna have to do 8x8 then. Oh no, they're uneven! Oh, it's gonna have to be 7 wide. Oh no. Oh no! The whole base is on a 2 wide center is why. The entire base that we built is a 2 wide center. So it's gonna look really weird if they have a 4 wide face though. Just telling you. I guess we could expand the face to be a 4x4. Okay, let's destroy Honey's face real quick. Forgive me, for I'm about to commit sins over here. These are based on the Minecraft skins as well, by the way. No, I think it would have to be like... Yeah. I mean, that's not so bad. I mean, it's definitely doable. 3x3 is very restrictive. I think the 3x3 is definitely cuter, though. Okay. The button being sideways does not help. Why can't I turn this? Bro, you can't have it go the other way? Come on now. Okay. What if we put the eyes up there? No, now it's a spider. Ah, jeez. Okay. You know what? No, okay, we're gonna keep it 3x3. I think before I get fired. 3x3 is better. Okay, so we could do a 14, but what if we did 2 statues next to each other? We have 5 to do right now. Right? No, we actually have more. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 of these. Okay, so I need to build one for Curly and Kaz. Four, 5. Wait, I'm missing a third person then, right? We got Filthy. Oh, right. I never got one from Nick. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. So, okay, let's see what we can do with, like 2 of these next to each other. Because we probably want at least a block between... No, let's do 2 blocks between the arms. Because then that would line up with the very dead center of the base, right? So then if we did a platform with both of these, then how wide would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Boom! Symmetrical. Even numbers. Look at that. (14x8)? Okay. Yeah, that's what we'll have to do. 14x8. And then all these statues will be about the same size. And then they're all roughly 6 blocks tall. Well, average of 7. Okay, that's not so bad. So 14x8? Okay, we can do that. It's a pretty big area. I think that'll be fine. Counting was silent. It happens every single stream. It's got to happen. It's an integral part of our streams. Okay, we need some concrete out here. I think we need to make more concrete. This is not good. This is not good for our health. Oh no. Oh no, are we out of concrete? Oh jeez. Not good. Kumar, thank you very much for the super chat of some sort of money. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Also, welcome into the stream. Don't know if I've seen your name in chat. And then we also got Master Uguay in the chat as well. Is that? I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. From Kung Fu Panda, the great turtle guy. Let's also grab some lamps. And we're going to grab some levers. And we also need all of the all the glass. We have very little blue glass. I need to make more of that. Uguay? Ujiway? I'm not sure. Uguay. I don't know. I haven't seen Kung Fu Panda forever. If I haven't heard a name being pronounced, I can't pronounce it. That's just how it goes. Even if I have, it's, you know, 50-50 chance. You knew you've never been here before? Ah, get out of here. I say hi to every third viewer. No, so I read a bunch of the chat messages, right? But so I don't get like super duper distracted. I usually don't read like every single name, right? So I might read your message, but I not read your name. But I probably do need to start like saying like, oh, you know, Ash said lol Kaz. That way, because, you know, we're dual streaming. We're actually about to start triple streaming as well. I've had another opportunity come up on TikTok, so we're going to probably start triple streaming. There's no way to, like, integrate the chat on that one. So I'll just, I don't know. You guys won't really be able to see it, like, on the stream or anything. But it will exist. Yeah, so that we might start triple streaming in the next couple of weeks. Next week or two. We'll see. That was only a stack of concrete. What? Oh, geez. We have no ink. Squid farm. Squid farm coming right up. We have no ink anywhere? That's not good at all. We, oh no, we can do one of the new flower farms. Yeah. What are those things called? Eye blossoms? Yeah, we're gonna need those. New flower farm coming up. Okay. Very, very good. I think you can get a little bit of ink from fishing, but it's like so little. Really, really not that much. No, so I think even though we're going to have a lot of stuff in this area, it really shouldn't be that laggy. The laggiest part is going to be the storage and sorting. But we've done a lot to reduce the amount of items, or the amount of hoppers, really, using water streams throughout the base. If we were using hopper lines throughout the base, oh man, that would be bad. Squid farm only produces ink, no bones or fish. Yeah, so they changed it at one point where the fish only spawn at 64 and below. It's like water layer and below. Usually they used to like spawn way up in the sky even if you had water up there, but squid still spawn up there. If they change that at some point, which I'm sure they're going to, it's gonna be really a pain to build squid farms. You can't just spawn proof the whole ocean floor. Slabs, it's kind of rum. Right then, let's go ahead and find out where this is going. Let's not do that side, it's got a river on it. What was it again? 14 by 7? $13 out here. Okay. 3 off the front, 3 off the back. Perfect. 14 by 8? No! We're going to do 14 by 7. Because that is actually more symmetrical. Is there any fish farms in rivers now? Usually if you want to do a fish farm, you're going to do it in a mangrove swamp or a lush cave, because that's where you get like the insane rates, right? 3 away. 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we're gonna do 14 by 7. So that actually lines up better with the heads of the guys as well. Because if you notice there was 2 blocks on the back side. So like the head was like right here. There's 2 blocks on the back. Or like, it was slightly uneven, right? Yeah, exactly, Mochi. You see, Mochi noticed. Can't sneak anything past the build team out here. We don't have haste out here, which is kind of a problem. Okay, and then we'll just go ahead and power these things up. I guess I shouldn't have put the concrete in. So just rip out like all this, put in a bunch of levers, and then this will be our little podiums out here for the Ultraflexes, right? Let's see, how few levers can I use out here? Not quite symmetrical. We'll balance it out on that side. Alright, it's not so bad. And then we'll put our glass above this and call it good. Now, we do have a choice to make. Do we want it to be a split? Like blue on one side, red on the other? I think we do. And then hopefully the legs are just like in this area. I think the legs are like 4 long though. Yeah, so people troll me and they play the armor breaking sounds. Yeah, the legs are 4. Well, I guess that's why we had a 8, didn't we? Yeah. Okay, well, we'll push it back on the back by 1. Hardcore tips. There's one main thing that you need to remember for hardcore, and that is just don't die. I know it's a bit of a trolly answer, but it is accurate. So, really, you just want to know what your limitations are as a player, right? Like, you should know what you're getting into, and always have an escape plan. So, like, if you're raiding a bastion or something, you always want an escape plan. You always want to block things off. Like, always have blocks in the hotbar on hardcore. That way you can block yourself in or lock yourself in and avoid mobs getting to you. And like if you're just starting out a hardcore world, then you should probably do the difficult things first, right? Because you don't want to like spend a bunch of time in a world and then go off and like die in a bastion because you need netherite, right? You want to kind of do that first. So yes, die first. But yeah, like, what I'm saying is, you know, don't spend 1,000 hours in your world and then decide to go fight the dragon. Instead, like, try and get that out of the way. Do all the dangerous stuff. That way, later, once you've actually spent time in the world, you don't need to go put yourself into an extra dangerous situation. Because you've already done that. You've already crossed that hurdle. Okay, so that's going to be fine. I don't really like how this is nearly touching. But what can you do, right? So I guess we'll go ahead and install these for the other ones. We're really out of concrete, though. And do you think anyone sells those new flowers? I haven't actually seen anyone have those yet. Yeah, I should be using the axe. I had the sword out because of the... The whatchamacalls it. The gold farms. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so it makes sense to get these islands installed first before we do the carpets. Otherwise, you know, you gotta go back through. 6. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be the size of the next one. That'll save us a couple stacks of carpet, I guess, overall. Let's go see if we can't find or buy one of those new eye blossom flowers, because I think you can buy them from the wandering traders too. Yeah, Geo might have some. Yeah, I think there probably might be some in the shopping district. Yeah, and yeah, once you get one of them, you can just bell me over a bunch more. Yeah, lucky Bedrock edition, right? I don't think you can do that on Java. Yeah, they have to have the biome. That is the dangerous part about playing Minecraft and watching a Minecraft stream. The sounds can confuse you. You hear a creeper and you think it's on stream, but it's actually like right behind you. Yeah, not good. That's good. Let's see. So there's like a flower shop. This one right here. Is there new flowers? I don't think so. I think this is all the old stuff, right? Or empty barrels. That's a lot of mushrooms. Crazy. And then... Oh yeah, so we have flowers out here. We just, a lot of flowers. We don't have the new ones, do we? This is actually a really convenient way to get a bunch of these flowers, though. I will definitely keep this in mind. Yes, there's none of the new ones out here. Interesting. It's not part of the shop, is it? So where else do you think they would be sold? Because people have definitely gone and gotten them. I don't really want to have to go out there myself right now. It's probably a couple thousand block flight. This looks like a shop that might have something. Maybe? Shulker shells? So, yeah, frog lights and netherite templates. Home blocks. Flower pots. Oh, totems. That's actually a good one. I have not used any totems this season. It's been kind of fun. 9 shells for a diamond? Dang. Okay, I'm going to buy here more often. Dang. Oh, here we go. This is actually the right stuff. So this is the moss and the carpets. But it's not the flower. Oh, jeez, we're so close. Yeah, so far away. Inside of the middle. Were they in the shop? I didn't see any in the shop. On, where was that at? I didn't see any in here. Stacks of 9. So you have to buy 2, of course. Are they in here? You guys said they were in here. In the middle. No, this is the torch flower, not the eye blossom. We're looking for the eye blossom. Let's skulk. These were all empty. I didn't see anything in here. And I was looking. Can you bum me the new moss to get a flower? Ooh, I don't think you can. No, I think you have to be in the biome. Yeah, we're still wearing the binding helmet. It's close. Is there an upstairs or a basement? I don't know. Oh, wait. There's this really sneaky thing up there. Glow lichen. I don't think anyone has ever seen that. Why is it glow lichen and not these flowers? I don't know. Find a decorative one to bone meal. That's not a bad idea. That's a good idea right there. Okay. I think this shop is like the closest that we've gotten though, because they have the moss. So I don't know why they wouldn't have the other stuff. I feel like this is the barrel where it would be though if they had it. Additional shops upstairs. What do we got up here, boys? Okay, now we're talking. Hold up. What do we got? Come on. Come on. Give me something good. I need the flowers. This is all just dye. Oh, it's all wool. How much is this wool? 1 diamond a stack still? Oof. It's kind of expensive when you need like 40,000 stacks of it. Okay, so nothing up here. How do I... Okay, let's move on to another shop. There's gotta be something around here somewhere. Freaking shop or just decoration? Well, they were selling the moss. I don't think I've ever actually been in here. It's a trim template shop. That's why I haven't been in here. Okay. And then... I don't know. We might have to go to the garden real quick. We'll leave that for later then. If we can't find it here, then I guess we'll just move on to doing storage tonight. Surely someone sells some of it, though. That's skulk being sold. This is all just green stuff. There's a whole war going on between green and blue on the server. Seems like a odd assortment of things. Okay, it's just enchanted books anyway. Okay, well, so close. Yeah, so far. We haven't actually checked this side. Do a little flight over here. Banner pattern things. And then there is, that's a services shop. This is just like other stuff. We haven't been back here though. Terracotta. Is this just all one color though? Yeah, I think it's all just red stuff. Really nice build, by the way. Mushrooms. All your homies despise green team. What did green team ever do? Jeez. I have not taken a side in the war. I've just been trying to build my base. Okay. Now, there is the slight option that someone has one just around for decoration. In which case, we will totally just bone meal that. But I have not seen any. Yeah, I don't see any. Doing a quick little like flyby. Not in the flower pots. Dang. Okay. Well, we'll do an adventure out to the creaking garden at some point. This isn't even a shop. This is just for the build competition. Is there a build garden nearby? I don't imagine that there is. I imagine it's probably like 3,000. Easier to spot them at night. I mean, I guess so, but like, they're great flowers. They're fairly easy to. They stand out. It's all good. We'll figure it out. Time to check the junk base. Yeah, that's essentially where I'm going with it. The junk base will be our savior on this one again. But yeah, we needed to dye for the concrete for the glass. That's what we were doing. So yeah, we kind of need a fair amount of dye. Well, we'll take a little flight over here, see if there's any squids. If there are, we'll kill them. But I don't think I've ever seen a squid near the base. Even though they should spawn in this little river biome. But like, nope. Never seen any. Any squids at all? I just need a little bit of ink here. You're not a squid! A lot of drowns though. How did you guys get an egg? Yeah, we don't need orange. We need gray. Bro, my monitor has been churning on and off constantly for like the last 5 minutes. My third screen to my right is just like flickering for no reason. I said I didn't need the salmon. I didn't say they were unwanted, jeez. Yeah, so we always do downloads of Truly Bedrock at the end of the season. Whenever that may be. But anyway, let's go ahead and try to wrap up the storage system. Or at least, you know, get bits of that installed. We need to do quite a bit on that. We're gonna need a lot more hoppers and a lot more chests. Nobody saw that part coming, right? That's a surprise to everybody. Let's grab some of these crystals as well. We're gonna need those. We're gonna need some glass panes out here. We're gonna need quite a few glass panes. We should probably start using purple for the glass panes, since like we have just so much extra purple glass that we really did not need to make, but we did. And then we're gonna need the entire redstone box. I think all this has to go into chests. We also really need to build a bamboo farm because we need a source of fuel for the sword smelter. That's really important. It's really not that much. And then we also really need it for just like a source of wood. We're dying out here right now. I might have to go do some more thefting. Jeez. Luckily we don't need any more chest walls. We just need more hoppers. We have... See, this is so little actual wood that we're gonna have to save that for our own bamboo farm. Coal really should be a source of black dye. Like, facts. Charcoal too. %100%. Okay, well, let's get building. I need a wither farm too, and well, I don't need a wither farm for anything. And maybe this is why this guy sold this monitor on eBay for so cheap, because it just like randomly turns off all the time. It could be, I could have gotten scammed. All these things are like 700 bucks, and I got it for like 300, so... It does just keep randomly turning off every like 10 seconds. It was fine when I got it, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad with technology. It's not disconnecting. If it was actually disconnecting, that would be way worse, because then all the windows that are on that screen would be shifted over, and the other two screens would turn off, which is really annoying. It's like whenever I turn on one of my monitors, the other ones that are currently on turn off for a second. It's the most annoying thing. It didn't used to happen that way. It could be that I could like turn on a screen or turn off a screen and the other ones would just stay on, like, you know, how you would expect. But no. I have 3 of the same screen right now, and it's just like, come on. And it does the little Windows like error sound too. It's like or whatever it is every single time. Actually, I think I might have turned off the notification for that, so it doesn't do that, but still. Pretty annoying. I don't know, maybe I just need to plug in the cord a little bit better. I have the LG Ultra Gear 27GN950B. I think the GN is the old one, actually. The GP is the new one. So they're like 4K, 160 something hertz or whatever. They're really good. I actually really, really like these monitors. Like, as far as 4K gaming monitors go, I think these are really, really solid. They were super expensive when they first came out, but they're pretty accessible on the used market anyway. Hello, Malay. How you doing? Welcome in. Okay, so what we're gonna do here, I'm just mining out a little bit of area because we need more area on this backside. Yeah, I didn't quite explain why we're mining it, but it's important. So right now, this is the main output from the entirety of the base. So the upper water stream goes into this one. We kind of explained all of this in the most recent episode of Truly Bedrock here on YouTube, but just a little recap for those of you who haven't seen it. So basically, all the items come over here. We have a bunch of nugget filters to sort out the nuggets. Those actually go down into an auto crafter. You can kind of see them there. And then those go over into the section. We're actually going to be tearing out these filters and all of these auto crafters down here and redoing how all of that's done. We're also going to be moving these item filters as well. So this main line right here is no longer going to go that way. It is instead, we need some regular ice over here. It's going to go straight. It's going to go down this way onto this back wall. And it's going to go all the way down and over to like here. And then it'll just go into like, it'll go into here actually. So these items are going to be taking a bigger loop now. So they're going to go all the way out and over. But this line right here is going to get ripped out. This is actually going to be replaced with a hopper line. But only over like these 9 slices. So we're just going to have a hopper line going over these item filters for the bulk storage from our auto crafters. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a ton of auto filters, item filters on this back wall over here. These are all going to be sending their items downwards into auto crafters. The output from those auto crafters will go into some item filters over here, and then that'll be sent into that storage wall down there. Essentially, that's where we're at. I'm derpy and lazy. Thank you. It's the best compliment I've received all day. Oh, jeez. Streamlabs knows. Hey. You happen to know exactly what quote that was. This is the full base storage for our entire area. So this area is going to have a ton of different farms in it. The next two that we're about to build up are bamboo and wool. Those are going to be really important for the auto crafting and fuel of the base, for the bamboo, of course. And then the wool is going to be really important for the decoration of the base. We need to have a ton of wool out here. We also need flower farms too, surprisingly. Yeah, flower farm's going to be important. Okay, let's grab some more redstone. Of which we have many. Ooh, more chests. Don't mind if I do. Adventurer Tale, welcome in. How you doing? Oh, it was just a random quote, but you could have looked it up? Okay, I see how it is. A lot of our quotes are pretty on point, though. Okay. I really should have recorded that whole explanation that I did. So essentially what we're going to be doing here is redirecting the water stream. Instead of going over these little filters, we're going to send it to the backside here. It's going to be a much larger loop that goes over a ton of item filters in this area. And then eventually these items will end up right back into the main loop over here to send all the golden swords into the furnace array and, you know, sort out the rotten flesh and all that. So essentially we need to rebuild all of this, all of this, all the auto crafters down there, and all of these item filters, move them back, and essentially like quadruple the capacity and speed of our sorter. So all the item filters on the backside over here are going to be going into their own auto crafters, and then the items from those auto crafters will go out into a separate loop and be sent into the same storage wall on the front here. Because as of right now, like, we have the capacity to handle the gold farm and auto craft all those golden things into blocks and send them into here. However, this is a very janky solution, so we're gonna make this solution, but for like the other 8 things that we're gonna be auto crafting. And then we should decide on how many auto crafters we actually need as well. Or, sorry, how many item filters we need. That does seem important. We got some biddies. Ash, 10,000 bits? What are you doing? You missed the stream penalty? Ah, jeez. Absolutely unacceptable. I guess you've behaved a little bit in the last few streams, but you gotta stop doing this, my guy. How do you afford these things? Stop it. But thank you. I do appreciate it. Show some love in the chat for Ash being just an absolute madman. $10,000? That's a lot. That's too many. Getting closer. Getting closer to getting a proper ban out here. I don't make the rules. I just happen to enforce them unevenly. And when I feel like it. Jeez. Something got dropped down there. Okay, it's just more rotten flesh. That's fine. Nobody needs that garbage. Don't worry, Ash, I'll unban you. You forgot about the Bedrock when you moved to Java? Well, that's understandable. Hopefully you're enjoying Java. It's still a good game. Bedrock's got some good stuff going for it, though. I think I might have forgotten to grab buttons. Okay, we're actually going to have to mine out quite a bit of area on the backside of this. This line might be too large, even. Casper with the dollar tip, thank you. Can you please stop doing Japanese yen, though? It's really annoying. $1.08. It's probably just a bunch of yen. Yeah. Just, you know, you're gonna stop doing Japanese, but you're gonna start doing something else, aren't you? So this is more than enough room. I think we could actually move this in by like a couple blocks. Yeah, let's move it in by a couple blocks. Hopefully I don't live to regret that. Just do USD. Thank you. United States dollar. Appreciate it. It's just really annoying to have to handle on PayPal. Actually, add up. There's quite a bit in there. I might be able to do something by now. Did I flood that? Oh, you know, I might have flooded that. Yeah, if the water went over. That's fine. We kind of need to tear this out anyway. Okay, so we need, how big are these filters? 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 entire blocks. That's too many. Oh, wait. Oh, it actually lines up with the... No, it doesn't. We moved those autocrafters for it. I think we need to mine this out by like 7 or 8. Let's do 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Canadian dollars? No! Oh, Canada. Canada's pretty great. You know, a lot of things are happening right now. Canada's pretty upset about us. You know, they use some really harsh language. Like, that's just not nice. If a Canadian says that that's just not nice and you need to knock it off, then you know you're in some deep trouble. So I'm sorry, Canada. It's not all of us. Some of us still like you. I've been wanting to visit Canada for a couple years now. Oh, Stone with the Ultra Flex as well. 100,000 channel points. Sorry, YouTube. Everything's just happening in the Twitch chat right now. That's crazy. Show some love for Stone. Watching many streams. We're gonna have to figure out where to put some more islands out there, because I think we have over. That's our 9th Ultra Flex, right? Yeah, I'm not allowed to get mad at Canada. I mean. Sorry, boot that. Canada's great. Have you seen the TikToks where it's, or the shorts or whatever, where it's like, you don't really want Canada as a 51st state, you know? We'll be the big brother, you know? Texas ain't got nothing on Canada. They got more oil, more trees, more land, more everything, man. Big brother Canada will be bullying us all the time. Ain't nobody would be able to live up to Canada, right? Be crazy. Let's see. I really need to get just like a shulker box of junk down there. Can we just grab, hey, look at that. That's not being used anymore. This is all a custom system that we're building right now, but it's all just basically item filters and water streams, so it's really easy stuff to understand if you want to or need to build something like this on your own. Should threaten coming for Alaska. Yeah, we did buy, didn't we buy we didn't buy Alaska from Canada, did we? There's something in my brain that says we bought it from Russia. Who did we buy? Alaska from, it just shows up. We did buy it from Russia. 1867. Bro, we got Alaska for $7.2 million? Really? That seems like a great deal. How did that even work out? It kind of makes sense that Russia would have had that though, because if you actually look at the map, like, everyone thinks the US and Russia are super far apart, but like, we're neighbors. Alaska is like almost touching Russia. There's like just like very few miles between those. But of course, the far eastern part of Russia is like not really inhabited. You know, they have a lot of land that's just kind of wilderness. And then discovered billions of dollars worth of oil. Yeah. That tends to be how that goes, right? RIP Russia. Get trolled on. Honestly, serves them right. It is kind of weird just like how much of the US we actually just bought. Louisiana Purchase and all that. It's very, very good investments as it turns out. History's wild. Man, maybe I should place the torches on the walls, eh? Then we also took like Texas and that whole area from Mexico, right? It was like a whole war over that. So we're quite imperialistic actually, and quite capitalistic, quite moneybags over here. What are we building? We're building storage system right now. Well, storage system expansion. If you saw the recent episode of Truly Bedrock that I posted, then you might recognize some of this back area. But right now we're just mining out the area that we need to build up the rest of this while talking about, apparently, how the America became America. Texas was taken from Mexico. Remember the Alamo. I forgot about the Alamo, sorry. This isn't really politics, it's just geography, really, right? Geography is fun. Anyway, so we do need to actually build up these item filters now. So let's take a look at how many actual items we have to sort. I didn't put the items on here. Let's head over to the creative world for 1 second. History. Is it geopolitics? It's not really. Well, I guess yeah, buying stuff from other countries, yeah. Welcome in, Mr. Lowe. How you doing? US didn't buy Texas. Texas liberated themselves from Mexico and later joined the USA. Well, I guess you would know. You're from Texas. Okay, so we're doing all of these things right here, right? So it's gold, iron, slime, kelp, bone blocks, melons, snow, chests. No, we're not doing those ones. Hold up. Yeah, no, history is really fascinating, actually. I wasn't, like, super interested in it when I was in school. I was like, oh, this is kind of boring, brr. But it's really, really important to know your history, right? Dare you not repeat it? Doesn't really repeat, but it rhymes, certainly. So we have these 8 main things that we're going to be auto-crafting on that wall and storing there. So let me take a little screenshot of that. And then these are the other things that we're also auto-crafting in the base, too. Where's my junk Discord? I made a copy of our main Discord so I could, like, mess around with permissions, and then I just started randomly posting junk in there, and it's actually really useful. Just my little notes. 71 worlds. Yeah, it's not, No, actually, it's worse than you think. A lot of these are, like, old legacy worlds that I don't really want to open. Because they'll kind of break. I could probably get rid of a few of these. A few of these are things that I need to, like, bring over to, my other testing worlds, and then some of these are just, like, random bugs. You know, like, I got the chasm world out here. Sinkhole world, that's a really fun world generation bug. Some of these are old testing worlds, old, creative worlds for our fan servers. Some of these are world downloads that we shared publicly. I can get rid of those. The stack structures, that's a fun one. Oh, I wanted to include that. Some of these are cursed item worlds. Yeah, some of these you can't really open because they'll just kind of break whatever bugs are in them. Can you stop turning off monitor? Jeez, so boring. So annoying. Yeah, I should probably go through and clean some of that up. No, if I could, I would do the same, Dr. Andre. I feel you there. Let's see, 8. So, yeah, okay, so for golden ingots and golden blocks, we know how many that we need for those, because we already have those installed, right? So we have 4 and 3 for those. Hold up, please. I don't have any scaffolding. Oh, right, I threw away my scaffolding. Kind of needed that. Let's grab these. So we got 4, 3, so that's 7. And then iron, let's do, well, you have 4 iron farms. Those produce, like, let's do 3. So that's going to be 7 and 3. Just taking some notes over here. iron, 3 slime. I don't know. We do have a slime chunk over there. I don't know if we're really going to be doing a slime farm though. So let's say 3 for slime. Kelp. Kelp could easily be like 8. Well, no, kelp is going to be its own thing. Actually, because yeah, so kelp is gonna have to be smelted because we're doing kelp blocks, right? So we're gonna have to smelt the kelp. That's gonna be its like own system. So kelp is gonna be its own system. Kelp custom system. Bone meal is also gonna be a custom system. And then snow is probably gonna need like 3. Snow does get produced a lot though. Let's see. And then melons. Melons we might need a lot of. So if we're trying to autocraft melons, like you get so many melons from Melon and Pumpkin Farm, right? Now, some of these things, you know, we could autocraft these at the actual farm where we're producing them, but I feel like that would end up being laggier, and I think it's easier to have everything be centralized. So, I mean, should we say like 8 for melons? I mean, melon pumpkin farms are just stupid. Melon? 8. Sure, why not? And then we also have bone blocks in our list as well. Now, that's also a custom situation because we're going to be producing bone meal at several of our farms. So like our moss farms are going to be producing bone meal and then sending them here. And that's actually like, that's going to be a whole nother custom system. So I think we're going to say like maybe 4 for bone meal or bone blocks. 4 there. So is that everything? Kelp is custom system. Okay. So that's 10, 13, 16, 24, 28. Right? 7 for our gold, 3 for the iron, 3 for the slime, 3 for the snow. Melons is getting 8, and bone blocks is getting 4. Yeah, 28. Okay. Banana! Welcome in, Speed. Banana, nana, 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 nana. Yeah, so we might do one of those potion-based slime farms, right? That could be fun. But we also have a slime chunk, and that's more of a passive source of... It's 25, 26, 27, 8. Okay. And that's more of a passive source of slime. So that might be a little bit better. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is filling up this entire backside area. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay, then. Dang. That's wild. I didn't quite expect that. We're going to go ahead and... I want to actually, like, expand this roof a little bit. Because, you know, having it be 2 blocks tall in there kind of is horrible. You know... Makes it so you can run really far and really fast to the other side, though. Let's mine this out by, like, 2. Just for convenience sake. And then, yeah, we have to build up a ton of item filters back there. Some of these might not end up getting used. We will fill these in over time as our, you know, farms get built up. So we might have overestimated some of the item filters, like 8 for melons. Probably too many. But we'll test that out. We'll run it. We'll see how many we need. And then if we don't need some, then we'll just, like, not use them, right? So there's a very good chance that, like, the end 6 of these might not get used. Bananas are gross until they're very freckled. That's a hot take right there. Are you one of those people that, like, has, like, 20 bananas in the freezer that are, like, super brown and dead? And you're like, I bet I'm gonna make banana bread someday. Okay. Just making sure. Is it possible to make obsidian farms in Bedrock? It is, yeah. So, I mean, if you just get, like, lava farm and then some water, bam, obsidian farm. I got a tutorial on that. But also, there's the more advanced ones that, like, use the end platform, the end dimension. Those are technically possible, but you need to farm Bedrock for those, which is not the easiest thing to do. Server's about to restart. I'm gonna see how much I can get mined. Okay, I actually got it all mined. Surprising. A ripening video? Yeah, subscribe to me for a free cookie, guys. I promise. It'll be delivered to you in 1 to 2 light years. Yeah, so Java has really, really, really easy wither cages, which is wild. And I just feel so sad about that. I'm aware, Moose. I'm aware. That was the joke. That was the joke! That's okay. Right, so we need to decide what we want to do on these 2 sections right here. Oh yeah, the TNT dupers on Java. Yeah, they have some really nice tech. But so do we. We have Trident Killers. Have a good night, Mochi. So at some point we need to install like a bedroom in our base, you know, something to display all the naming items and things like that. You know, a nether portal, bed, something like that. Hey, now they explained the 12 parsecs for the Kessel run and the Solo movie. He just took a shorter path. Wasn't it 9 even? Something like that. Anyway. So I do want our main multi-item storage system to be somewhere over here. I don't know which one we're going to build, if it's going to be the super quiet one or if it's going to be the loud, noisy dropper one. I might just get a resource pack to make droppers quieter, because that might just be really convenient for the base. And then for this wall, at some point we are going to need additional storage systems for like the wool farm. That's going to need its own bay of 16. Because we're going to farm all 16 colors. And then we also need a bunch of item filters for the flower and dye farms. Breams, welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, so we're going to need... Oh, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7? No. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. Yeah, we're going to need 14 additional filters just for the wool. Right. Sorry, 16 for wool, 14 for dyes. So that's going to be its own entire storage room right there. And then we also need to think about the auto crafting bay as well. That's going to be going somewhere. Where is that going to be going? I don't know. Yeah, so maybe we'll add a 3rd layer to our storage systems. I think we're going to have to. Yeah, we need to go down. Gotta go down. Let's go down, shall we? Oh, stuff over here. That's not so bad. We always knew we were going to have a 3rd layer in this, so shouldn't be too surprising. You guys are all voting for loud and noisy storage system. Also, does YouTube streams have like the pool feature? I don't know if it does. Oh, copper, or that's how you spell copper. I knew that. Iron and lapis. Okay. This was just a demonstration that we did, so we can get rid of this. And then at the bottom of the base, I kind of want to do like a disco floor. just because I can. I feel like that's the best way to do things at the bottom of the base. We do have pools on YouTube. Okay, good. Well, if you guys are starting pools on Twitch, you need to start them on YouTube as well. Just throwing that out there. Give them different options secretly. Multi-item sorter that uses copper bulbs is good, but I guess it'll cause lag. I haven't seen one that uses bulbs. Which one is that? That seems interesting. This is too deep, by the way. You need editor perms? How to do that? What do I think the next cape will be? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know what it'll be, or really when it'll be, to be fair. So I don't have that kind of knowledge. They always kind of just like stealth drop those things, right? But like historically, I mean, they've kind of done random ones for like the promotions and the new updates. So like we might get a spring cape. I don't know. They've been adding a lot of capes. I think they released 7 in 2024. Like if we take a look at the capes that we have, it's just a ridiculous amount that I have now. So like TikTok cape was 2024. This one was 2024. So was this one. No, sorry, that one wasn't. The 15th anniversary was, I believe. This one was 2024. This one was 2024. It was Twitch, TikTok, and then the green one. Those were the triple bundle. And then like that one was 4. This I think it was 5 capes that they released 2024. Like that's more than we've ever gotten before. It's possible to dupe gravity blocks. It is. I have a video on that. You got to use drip leaf though. There's technically better ways, but I haven't made a video on that, so it doesn't exist. 7, 8. 8 block ceiling here. I think we're counting to the lowest point though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 blocks to the lowest point. Okay. No point. No reason it has to be 6 though. Am I ready for Minecraft Live? I mean, it's probably gonna be like a 30-minute show again. It's they was really short last time for the creaking update. It was like ridiculously short. It was only 30 minutes. That was very surprising. Normally it's at least like an hour. Sometimes they go on for like 2 hours, like the old ones, you know? So that was interesting. So yeah, there's not much to really be prepared for. You just gotta like wake up during the thing and then record some clips from it and then edit video and get it out real quick. But yeah, we can speculate about like what the next update's gonna be, because we know that we're gonna see probably the spring drop releasing, you know, very soon. It really has, like, there was no real updates to it this week, so we're probably gonna get like a couple more basic features in the spring drop, and then we should see like pre-releases and just bug fix betas releasing soon. Usually, like, we'll get a couple betas that are just bug fixes before we get a pre-release. So they might try and release it like end of the month, you know, going into April. And then the next game drop could really be anything. It's probably going to be another smaller update though, but they're going to basically jump immediately into that right after spring drop is ready and done. So like within the next month, we'll probably not only know what those features are, obviously we're going to know what those are from Minecraft Live, but we'll probably also have those features in game. End update, I think the end update is too big for a spring drop or a game drop, you know? Unfortunately, I would love an end update. End update is so overdue. And yes, I know we just had an end update in 1.9, but guys, that was 2016? 9 years ago. Just to make you feel old real quick. Just to make you feel old. Right, so I think at this layer of the base, we'll probably do our nether portal. We'll do our actual bedroom. And then on 3 sides of this... Well, no, that still doesn't really solve our problem with the upper layer. Yeah, so we know we're going to need a room that's like left side is all wool storage, right side is all dye storage, right? Oh, we're also going to need a room for the micro farms. Hold up, let's get some signs down here before I forget this stuff. And then wool/dye storage. And then auto crafting bay. And then yeah, so even if we did this side as like multi-item storage, we still don't know what to do with this bay right here. But I think like this bay right here should probably be bedroom/portal / community items. So that's so like each one of these bays on this northern wall are all different, right? And then it's like storage farms, storage auto crafting. Or now let's do the auto crafting on this side, and then we'll do the micro farms over here. That way it's like auto crafting. And then we can easily take some items out of these chests and send them into the auto crafting bays if we want to. And I don't really know what to do with this side or the one above it, so I don't know. We'll figure that out. Time goes by so fast. 9 years was 3 days ago. It really was. Yeah, the Firefly ambulance actually turned out pretty well. I'm glad that they waited to add those. It's better than releasing a rushed or bad feature, like with the Firefly particles. Like, it just wasn't ready, you know? But they found a good way to add it with, like, the plants, and it makes sense within the update, and it's good. Oh, yeah, and the camel change? Man, that is so overdue. Why is that not how it was to start with? Like, what? I'm glad they finally figured out that, like, oh, maybe camels should spawn in deserts, not just, like, one random camel in a desert village. Like, come on now. It just seems ridiculous for a passive animal, right? There's, like, no other animals that do that except the lays. They're the only ones that are, like, structure only. And I guess villages, too. Villagers, but, like, those are different. Those are different, and you know it! Lays, I would also say, are different, too, because those are, like, more lore-related. And also, they're, like, a function mob. Yeah, and also barely anything spawns in deserts. You have bunnies, and, like, that's it, right? More ways complain until you get what you want. That usually does work really well for the Minecraft community. Not gonna lie, it works really, really well. Oh my god, the pickaxe is like almost dead. I didn't even realize that. We almost destroyed Soldier. That would have been the first pickaxe that we would have broken in like years. Literally, it's been years since I've actually broken a tool. Tumbleweeds. I don't know how exactly those would work. Excuse me. Thank you. Did I break that water stream down there? I did. Yeah. All these items are just gonna, like, pile up. This made me not use looting. An inventory update? I mean, people have been speculating about an inventory update for, well, 15 years, really. It seems like we really could use an inventory update, though. I mean, just the ability to, like, open up a shulker box inside your inventory, kind of like a bundle, would be so nice. Just add that, And man, would be good. Because they added the ability to, like, you know, have shulkers clone themselves. Really convenient. Great feature. Love it. Fantastic. Good job. Thank you. And, it's still such a late game feature, though. Like, most players do not have shulker boxes. Most players don't even go at the end, by the way, guys. So, like, Elytra and shulkers really are truly in-game features. Also, look how fast we're repairing these tools. This is great. Yeah, so bundles are okay, but I feel like they're kind of a stopgap. Kind of a half solution to, like, the real problem. And also, they're not nearly as powerful as they should be. Like, getting filled up by one non-stackable item is really annoying. So I feel like they could have done a lot better on that front. Let's just be glad this Curse of Binding Helmet doesn't have mending. This is what I really like. If you're down here, you'll be able to see all the items flying across, which is pretty neat. You can see those levers right there. I don't really like that. The experience should still go up to the top there, but of course, like, if you walk around, you're going to attract some of the items. It's like there's always a little issue right here. But that's fine. Now, I was thinking of a system where, like, you could AFK down here, have the experience come to you down here, but I'm not sure how exactly that would work. We'd have to retract some blocks from the water streams to have the experience fall down and then go somewhere. Because we can't take it out of these water streams up here any other way. Okay, let's at least save the gold from that. Some of it, anyway. Can I get that one glass block, actually? Thanks. So all of those should be full of stuff. Yep, cool. Oh, and then we can't even have this one right here, can we? Oh, are these not purple? Are they pink or magenta or something? Oh, they are. Well, whatever. We're using 8 portals for the gold farm. Yeah, it's quite a bit. There's definitely a lot of portalage happening there. And that's why it is so fast and why we need so much storage. That's honestly one of the main problems about the base, is that we get just too many items from the gold farms. It's something I should have realized sooner when building the system, though, is that we have too many items for the autocrafters. Yeah, it's a little bit laggy, but it's mostly client-side lag, you know? It's like all the portal flickering and stuff. Also, if you have a lot of nether portals, just like really big ones that you're not turning on and off, the particles from those portals can actually be quite a problem. So like if you look at my really, really old, large, I call it the hybrid gold farm because the guys spawn in the overworld but go to the nether. That one has a problem where like there's just so many particles and portals and particles, that it can be really laggy on lower end devices. Or even higher end devices too. Like I was always having lag with that. Okay, and then this is just gonna go across like here. I think we might have lost some Houstons to our lava burning system earlier. Is what it is, though. Poor Houstons. They did have a problem. Portacles. Yeah, portacles. Okay, and then that's going to be the new loop right there. And that should all be pretty fine, actually. Just put a little bit of water right there. Okay. Yeah, so that still goes to the swords melting, and excess swords still get burned, and then non-stackable items that end up in there somehow still go into those chests, which we do actually need to take those items out at some point and send them somewhere. Not sure exactly what we're doing with that, but we'll figure that out at some point. I think there's also a better way to do this current system right here. I think we have these like right next to each other, so I want to redesign that at some point, but not super worried about it. It's just so many hoppers, but you know, it does technically work. I just want to kind of make it better. But it's pretty far down the list. So this is our main focus right now. And I think we're getting there. We will have to mine this down further. And again, we need to keep this area very lit up because we do not have any form of mob switch for the underground. Only the surface. Use a stackable iron farm. We are using the we have a quad stacked iron farm here on the server. Works very well. Highly recommend. It was a super pain to build, so maybe I wouldn't recommend it that much, but still. Can the flesh go on a water stream into lava? Oh, they are, yeah. So the rotten flesh is going to this one, and this water stream right here, over to here, runs into that wall, goes down, goes up a bubble column so we can see it, and then goes around into that lava source right there. Stacking villages is a really big pain. I wouldn't really recommend it for most people. Unless you really have a lot of time on your hands. Okay. So we've made some expansions to the water stream. The items come along here. All the items do. And then they're going to take a detour. So previously they went this way. But now they're going to go over all of these hoppers. So we're going to have 28 item filters back here. That should be enough to pick up absolutely every single item from all of the bulk output farms. So all of these are going to have a standard item filter behind them looking like that right there. And then they're going to go down and send their items into an auto crafter that'll look, you know, kind of like this one right here. And then from that output of the auto crafters, we'll have those kind of sent back into these item filters right here. If that made any sense. That might not have made any sense, but you'll understand once we build it. And if you don't understand, then I'll explain it. Yeah, so there's some farms in Minecraft that, like, you know, technically anybody in Minecraft can make anything, right? However, if you don't have a ton of experience, then there's some things that you should probably not try and build, at least for a while, you know. There's definitely some expert level builds, like the big tree farms and stuff. Like, I wouldn't recommend those to like a new player, especially someone who hasn't done like a lot of tutorial following or redstoning or any of that stuff. But I try to make all the videos, you know, accessible to everyone, right? But there are some things where you just need more understanding of how things function. And there's also some things where, like, you really want to know the game mechanics that go into it as well. That way you can, like, see how to fix it if something goes wrong. Because there's always going to be issues, right? Something's always going to go wrong. So it's really good to understand how it works. That way you can fix it on your own. Especially when it comes to, like, storage systems and things. Because these are, like, notorious in Minecraft for always having just, like, you know, one little item sneak by or, you know, something going wrong. So it's really good to be able to troubleshoot your own system. Especially with any form of advanced storage. It's probably, like, the thing that most players who get into Redstone should focus on understanding. Because it's just so convenient. to be able to have item storage and storage and sorting, and be able to fix it as well. Right, I think so anyway. Yeah, I like these single slice autocrafters too. The thing is that maybe they're a little bit laggier because they do have like 9 pieces of redstone each. So like if you're really crafting a lot, it could be a lot of redstone activations. So there's definitely cheaper and, you know, more efficient, better ways to do that. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how bad it gets. We might switch those out to the more efficient build at some point. Let's clean up the inventory. We gotta build a lot of these item sorters real quick. We didn't actually need any of these amethysts, so that's good, I guess. Thought we would, but we can just use chests, so we're good there. And then... Actually, no, let's test that. Is that good? Let's rip these out. Okay, so that does actually work. Okay, good. Because sometimes there's the issue with items where they just like go super slow. It's a bit directional. So we're good there at least. All these hoppers did pick up a bunch of items, but those will be sorted out later. They picked up like a bunch of stone and stuff. And what's actually in this box? Hold up. Oh, junk. Very good. Well, always good to have a junk box. And we need a lot of the actual building blocks, don't we? Welcome in, Moodle the Noodle. I like your name. Moodle. Moodle the Noodle. That's a good one. Nice little rhyme there. Hopefully you're doing well. We got just like little bits of deep slate in every single one of these chests, without fail. I guess with not in that one. Is that regular deep slate? Ooh, get out of here. Nobody wants that. It's actually useless. That's probably the least useful item in Minecraft. You might think it's rotten flesh, but no, it's the regular deep slate. Why does it exist? Nobody will ever know. Nobody will ever know. So basically all iron farms on Bedrock Edition are like exactly the same. There's been no changes within like the past 5 years that actually matter. Technically you only need 1 floor on them nowadays, but like you can build 2. It doesn't actually affect anything. It's just, you know, kind of a waste of blocks or time or whatever. But yeah, they're all exactly the same really. You're not going to find any difference. Technically, you could set up like a trident killer on your iron farm if you really wanted to, but personally, I think that's a little bit overkill, especially given the fact that trident killers are a little bit buggy now. You know, the tridents can fall down. So I wouldn't use it for something like a standard iron farm where it's like turning on and off all the time. You wanna try and save your trident killers for things where you can like actually shut off. Which I think is more convenient. Okay. So that's one of our item filters, and now we just need to build that going all the way down the line, which is actually super easy. So what I would like to do for these one wide tileable systems is you build up one of them, and then you just like go ahead and place in all the other blocks down the row, and it's super easy to build these because you can just like, you know, make it wider essentially. And the mundane potion. Yeah, well that kind of has to exist, you know, because you need to inform players that like, hey, you're stupid, that's a bad potion. You know. Just kind of is how it is. I just realized my YouTube stream, like, I was watching the playback from 30 minutes ago, jeez. Really, I think it's the rotten flesh is the least useful. Sure, you can trade it to villagers, but like, it takes so much time. They want like 30 flesh per emerald. It's like, there's better uses of your time. You're not allowed to give specific samples. What did I get mad about? I don't know what it was. I don't even know what you're talking about over here. Jeez. Let's see. Do we have redstone? I think we do. I think there's enough repeaters, though. Something about a river. Ah, get out of here. Yeah, that makes sense. Jeez, no wonder I was bad. These guys. So, for context, I built one little mob farm like 4 years ago, and it just happened to be above a river biome where no hostile mobs spawn. It looked like the ocean. It was a huge river, biggest river yet ever seen, and these guys just constantly bring it up. Swear, it's a rarity if a stream goes by where they don't mention like river biome. Can't escape it. Can't escape it out here. God. Getting cyberbullied out here. Jeez. Somebody's still salty. You keep bringing it up. I'm gonna bring up that time in 4th grade where you like embarrass yourself in front of the whole class. Yeah, let's see. How do you feel about that? Absolute nonsense out here. Never forget. There's some things you should never forget, and then there's some things you just need to move on from, my guys. Let's see. Okay, we need to go make some repeaters, don't we? Yeah, let's go make a few repeaters. Repeat us. Makbar, welcome back for 26 months of resubscribing. How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing very good. We can't actually put the filter items in there yet. $26 months, that's crazy. 2 years. What about tropical fish? What are they used for? Technically you can trade those to fishermen. Oh, look at that. Did it actually send the message in chat? Because I have a button to auto-translate messages. A fancy button. I never got to use it till now. Hi, Daniel. It did send in chat. Okay. Well, that's dangerous. I don't know if I wanted to send it in chat. I'll have to look into that. But yes, welcome in. Yeah, we mostly speak English. Yeah, I got a button that's like tied to Google Translate. Translate? Jeez. I can't even speak English out here. Yeah, I didn't know it sent it in chat though. That's really playing a fire right there. Yeah, for me, the text is blue at least. So, like, I don't know if that translated over to you guys. Because there used to be a way to do rainbow text on Twitch. People would troll you with that. It'd be like, X name donated $50. What am I looking for over here? I feel like sticks. Six repeaters, that's all I can do. Ah, jeez. Dying out here. 31. Well, that'll be enough for now, at least. You know what we're not going to have enough of is comparators, right? Yeah, 3 of these. What am I missing from a comparator? Hold up. More torches. Oh, right. We just ran out of redstone for that. It's always something. It's kind of ridiculous that comparators need quartz. That just seems expensive. The rainbow chat's gone? Oh, that's sad. Yeah, it was mostly only used for trolling, to be fair. Oh, we're out of glass too? Jeez. We're running out of all the resources. How am I supposed to build a base out here? Now I just... now I can say incredibly stupid things in other languages. This is the way. This is why you learn other languages. So you can butcher words and say dumb things. Am I Russian? Oh, no, I'm American. American! Don't tell anybody. I'm trying to keep that under wraps, okay? I might need to immigrate to Canada. Don't tell them about it. Let's see. There we go. Okay, so now is the fun part where we need to build up all the autocrafters. Autocrafters? What? Okay, there we go. We got like 30 of these item filters installed. So now we're going to do essentially the same exact thing that we did over here, but with less hoppers and less chests. So these item filters were going down and over to the autocrafters before because I needed the chest to be like over here, right? And all these water streams were in the way. But now these item filters are going to be going straight down into the autocrafters because, you know, we can just have the autocrafter be like right here. So yeah, we're just going to do that same thing right over here. And we're going to mine out a whole area for that. Oh, come on, Salt. Don't make me translate that. It's going to send in the chat. For Silence Entertainment, test 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's not so bad. That's actually cool that it keeps the English and the, I'm guessing that was Spanish, right? It should really say, like, translated chat message from X user, right? For safety reasons. If it's going to send it in chat, then it really should be like, hey, this is a translated message. But yeah. I think that's a pretty convenient feature to have, though, because sometimes, you know, you want to know what people are saying in chat, right? But I think it shouldn't send it. You know, type it out in the chat box, at least. I think some kinds of kelp farms got patched. But they still exist, to my knowledge. I haven't really ever messed with those. Hey, yeah. Get out of here. I do have a timeout button as well, by the way. So don't push it. Jeez. I don't have a delete message button, though. I should probably invent that. Let's see. Oh, so which chat did that send that in? Like, my translated message. Is that in both chats? Or is that just in Twitch? Maybe it only sends it in the one that it is in? I don't know. I don't see it in the YouTube chat. Just Twitch. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Because normally, like, if I type a message in here, hi, that'll send it into both streams. Yeah, see, there it goes in YouTube. It just, like, has quite a bit of delay for YouTube, so I don't know. I don't know why. Interesting. Yeah, so I'm still kind of learning the custom software. So like OBS is like the thing that everyone uses for recording. So I've been using this for like 8 years, right? But I've never used any plugins for it before until now. And that's where we're at. I think I grabbed, oh no, actually all these blocks we're gonna need. I was trying to clear out my inventory though. We have no extra shulkers. They're all full of junk. Now everyone's saying things in different languages. Jeez, get... You guys trying to get me canceled out here. Can't trust anything. We can put some torches on these. Also, do you guys think it'd be kind of cool if you could turn off regular torches? Like how you can with redstone torches. Like you just power them with some redstone and they turn off. I'm cancelable since when? Everybody, this is the everybody's cancelable. Are you kidding me? Bro. People have already tried to cancel me before. Lies and defamation and libel. There's been, we've had our drama. We've had our drama. No, I've been a good picker these last few years though. No one's tried to start beef with me. It's been good. It's been good. Now I gone and said it though. Now I probably, someone's gonna be like, oh, prime opportunity right now. Okay, let's tear out all these, and then that was a hopper. I did these past few years. Yeah, I mean we had some drama in like 2020, but then I guess what else was there to do in 2020, right? Nothing happening. Oh, we're gonna need so many more autocrafters too. Let's try and build up one of these first. I've removed all the blocks from my inventory, of course. That's a quote! I didn't say that. Maybe I did. That shouldn't be a quote though. Get out of here. I have a very low drama threshold. Yeah, I very much do not partake in shenanigans of such degree. Because I'm just very, very over it from IRL situations. So if you're over here causing chaos and nonsense, I'm like, nope, get banned. Ain't got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right, this actually needs to be out by a block. Cannot be bothered. Do not want to participate. Thank you. Goodbye. And then, hold up, there's a, all right, there's a target block underneath there as well. And then finally, some uses for all these millions of target blocks that we crafted. Target block there, and then it like steps up. Okay, and then it should be 9. Now, the thing about this is, we don't need each one of these to have its own autocrafter. We can send the items over a little bit, right? What drama? JD, hello there. I think you're around during that time. Yeah, nothing terribly interesting. But yeah, there was a period where like our Discord was getting raided constantly. Like a bunch of bot accounts, a bunch of alt accounts, just a whole bunch of drama and stupid nonsense. Just like, ugh. What did I do to you? I didn't do anything to you. Just ban them and move on, you know. It's almost 4 a.m. for you. Jeez. Go to bed. Have yourselves a good night. I always forget that like time zones exist. People watching. It's crazy. But yeah, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by the stream. I've used a lot of the tutorials. Very glad you enjoy the tutorials. Is that Swiss 1? Or Swy 55? Jeez. Glad you enjoyed the builds though. I haven't done too many tutorials this year, but I got the How to Learn Redstone series. Cooking it. I wanted to record that in the last couple of days, like the first episode, but kind of had some weird things happening. More tech problems. Sometimes hard to find the time, you know? Been tutorial deprived this year? Yeah. Yeah, totally. I get that. Right, so these first ones are going to be for the golden nuggies and stuff. We do need to install all these downwards hoppers at the very least. And then from here, it's going to depend on how exactly we want to do things. So in front of this is going to be... Do I have some ice? Yeah, look at that. So in front of this is going to be a water stream. Now these things, these crafters do make a little tiny noise when they shoot out an item. Which isn't ideal. But I think they're far enough away and they're quiet enough that I think it should be fine. Also, the waters make so much noise anyway that, like, it should be good. So, anyway, yeah, they're going to shoot out an item. It's going to go into this water stream, right? All the way down the line. And then we need the items from here to end up over here. James, welcome back for 75 months of resubscribing. 75. That is so crazy. So long. It's so quiet. Have some noise! Indeed. That is crazy. 75 months. That's many years. Wow, he sounds like the guy I watch on YouTube. Wait a second. That's impossible. Welcome in, Dave. Yeah, exactly, Phoenix. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. And that should work perfectly fine, right? Have a good one, Ash. Thanks for stopping by the stream as well. What about the buttons for the autocrafters? So since not every single one of these, like, we're not gonna have an autocrafter on every single one of these. So the buttons that we have in the water streams aren't actually gonna be a problem. We can just kind of move those around, right? And also there is a way around that as well. You can have an autocrafter on every single one of these and still have the water stream work. I used to do a little like repeating section. Yeah, exactly, Curly. They're pretty quiet, you know, when they do make noise. But yeah, we can have like a barrel or like a dropper right here even. Save a hopper. These droppers will never get powered, but still, if they do somehow get powered, you don't want them to throw away. A pot would also work. Yeah, but I think a pot might be more laggy than a dropper because it's got like, it's smaller than a full block, right? Typically, like chests and things are laggier than barrels because they're smaller than a full block, so they like render differently in, you know? Think about render lag out here. And let's go ahead and get the outer shell of this built up at least. And then we'll try and get the gold crafters figured out at least. I think that's a good goal, and then we can kind of see where we're at from there. We might also need a little wall right here, like to build up the glass by 2 blocks, because, I don't know, like, the item momentum. Because, like, droppers, even if you have a dropper at this exact location where the crafter is, it can land an item, like, up here, because they throw out items with random momentum. So that might be a problem for us. But I think if we have, like, a dropper or auto crafter right here going to the water source, I don't think items can end up over here, because the water's got enough momentum to push it over. Like, even if it ended up between these 2 blocks, it would still get pushed over. Also, Swiss, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. We've had a bunch of new followers, a bunch of new subscribers tonight. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. We try to stream 4 times a week, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Sometimes IRL gets away, or sometimes Minecraft decides to crash instantly as soon as you try to open the game. So sometimes there is not a stream, but we do attempt. And get stuck? Ah, well, that's fine. We'll move it over then. Okay, so this is You know, we can actually go ahead and rip out these hoppers now. Or you know what, let's put these back real quick so I can show a before and after. See, that just made a noise. It tried to craft something. So this is our previous horrible solution for crafting all of our nuggies and all of our gold blocks into, you know, gold blocks, basically. And if you look at that, it's just some item filters on top of like a bespoke little custom triple auto crafter. Horrible, disgusting. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to have our auto filters go down, and then we're going to like triple load an auto crafter. And this is just using the standard kind of design that we built in the last episode. So once this auto crafter gets 9 items in it, it will power itself, as you can see there. And then if it's a craftable thing, then it'll do it. Of course, you can turn off these slots, and that'll give you your extra signal strength if you need to. So it doesn't just do like all 9 slots. It can do a 1 slot recipe if it really needs to. So essentially, we're going to have all of these things going down the line. We're going to have a few auto crafters in here. Not sure how many, but we will expand this and build this up as we need to. And if this one auto crafter right here can't keep up with all of our nuggies, if it gets backed up or something, then we will just put in another one right next to it. It's a very flexible system. So if we run into issues, we can just add more auto crafters. Very simple, very straightforward, very demure. Not sure where the best place to go from here is, though. I think we should just kind of tear this out. We'll save quite a few materials just from this. Give me back my redstone. Thank you. Also, is anyone else bothered by the fact that you can't instant mine glass, even if you have like efficiency and the best pickaxe in Minecraft? It just really seems like you should be able to. We can instant mine like everything else, but not glass. Is my mic broken or something? No. Turn up your volume, maybe. It's all good on my end. Okay, let's throw away all of this for a minute. And then I guess we'll just throw away the gold too. For now. I was using furnaces in that system with like grass and shovels to get the proper level 8 signal, but that's not really necessary with what we're doing. Man, we had like a stack of hoppers in that. That's crazy. I really need to get some more scaffolding as well. Don't tell anyone who said that. Okay, so we're gonna have 4 of these for nuggies. So I guess we'll do two double crafters instead of 1 triple. That's probably more reliable anyway. And then these ones are gonna be just for ingots. Ingots? There's not like a cutesy name for ingots. It's just ingots. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Nuggies, nuggies, nuggies. And then ingots, ingots, ingots. Okay. Brilliant. Hope that's not sassy grassy. I don't think it is sassy grassy. No, it's just regular grass. Okay, and then we can have another auto crafter like right here. And that'll be totally fine. Not even a problem. Then we're gonna go build up the redstone for that. Ingies and nuggies. I guess there's Ingies. Have I been saying that? Because I feel like I've tried saying Ingies. But it just, I don't know. Something about it doesn't work for me. It doesn't have the same ring as Nuggies. I feel like it's a good attempt, but just not quite there, right? Live stream on YouTube. Let's go. Yeah, so we've been dual streaming on YouTube for I don't know, a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now. It's been good. I think it's been good. Hope you guys have been enjoying it. We're gonna start triple streaming to TikTok as well, because right now we're live on Twitch and YouTube. So we're gonna try and fit in a triple stream to the TikTok as well, and I think that'll be very good. There's not a way for me to like combine the chat for that though, so the TikTok chat is not gonna be recorded or saved or anything like that. It's just gonna kind of be lost to time, so you won't be able to see that if you're watching the stream or anything, fortunately. Season why I need more scaffolding. Right, we didn't set up the one for the ingots, for the ingies. Oh, wow, look at that, yeah. Got some force behind it, dang. That's crazy. Right, yeah, so the issue with the ingots is that they're gonna have to go to the side and go back into the block crafter too. I didn't think about that until right now. TikTok's fine. It's got some brain rot on there, but it's also, you know, it's I think it's like our second most viewed platform behind YouTube. We got like 80,000 followers over there, so it's bigger than our Twitch platform. Yeah, we got 51,000 on Twitch. Maybe they're like 85,000 on TikTok. TikTok. But yeah, it's all right. It's been pretty good for the shorts. Sometimes we get a couple million views on the shorts, right? Sometimes they do all right. Sometimes they don't. It is what it is. Okay, so we're gonna try and do something with this block crafter. So we're unloved here. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you gotta go where the people are, really. That's why we're dual streaming now, because there's a bunch of people on YouTube that don't want to watch the Twitch. So we go to the people. And then there's a bunch of people that only want to watch TikTok live streams, apparently. So we're gonna go to the TikTok people. And there's a bunch of people that only watch Instagram, so I upload to Instagram. We might even start a Facebook gaming page. I don't know. May as well, right? May as well just go to the people where the people are. Why is Mojang taking away the trophies for the original players collected? Taking away trophies? Like the achievements? Haven't heard anything about that. Rumble? No, we're not going there. Nope. Not going to Kick either. YouTube's important. TikTok is, yeah. Can't wait to watch on a smart fridge. I mean, you probably already can, right? I mean, you can probably hack your smart fridge to do things for you. Stream on MySpace. Hey, I said go where the people are. There's no people on MySpace. Right. So I think this one's gonna have to be different. We do it like this, or like this. How many do we have for? Yeah, we have 3 for that. Okay, hold up. So I'm trying to think about how I want to do this exactly. I think the autocrafter has to be out here, and then I think we need a hopper line right here. So similar to how we had it before, but significantly less ugly in the long run. For right now, it's still a little bit more ugly, though. YouTube, can you please just play the music? Thank you. What did I even not pay for YouTube Premium for? If you're not going to play the music. So... We're not gonna have that many nuggets or ingots coming through this. So we can afford to have a little bit of a janky system. Just wheel little. Wheel little. I think we'll do... I think we'll just do a dropper here, though. Just a little bit of jank. Never heard of buddy. Just a little bit of jank. It's not actually going to be that bad, though. So the item filters above this should still be fine. We can't break that out because there's a bunch of water up there. But it looks like, yeah, the redstone dust is still on up there. So that's good. It's kind of hard to see from down here, though. So what we're going to do now is just install the item filter like regular. This one's just going to be a block back from the other ones. So it's going to be a little bit of a odd duck out of all of them, but to get this one specific thing crafted, because we're double crafting, right? Because otherwise we would have to send these items like back up and around, which like maybe we could do that. Could just have a water stream like right here, send them up, bubble column, and then they go back around. But I feel like this is less laggy. I don't know. It's not as clean, because you know it's not like, it's not the same, man, but it will work technically fine. If we were doing auto crafter every single slice, then that would be a problem. However, we're not, so we're good. So that should be fine if we do that. Oh, I didn't put in the target block. Whoopsie. Also, we don't even need target blocks there if we're not doing one on every single block. So that's good. Good for us. And that's pretty much it, really. That's all there is to that. Yeah, so now if we take a bunch of ingots and throw them into the stream up there, they should just be fine. Gotta head to work. Have a good one, Waldo. Thanks for stopping by the stream. Work is wild. It's like, it's pretty late for me. Well, not really late, but like, not time that you go to work. Time zones, right? Oh no, I threw in too many items. That's what happens when you do too many items. Also, this one lost a stick somehow. Don't know how we would have lost a stick. Did I just not put one in there or something? I don't know. We'll find that somewhere, I guess. If the autocrafter breaks randomly, then we'll know. Find our little sortie in there. Yeah, they do kind of work like bees' nests. You're right. That's a very, very similar thing if you wanted to do things that way. But of course, that's kind of the least efficient way to have a bee farm. There's definitely much better ways to do that. Much more redstone efficient anyway. Okay then. We're gonna keep the we're gonna take all these items back out of here, right? So we know if items actually end up in there. Like, I know we're gonna have nuggies in these first two, because that's already verified, but like, do we actually end up getting ingots into this third one? Maybe, maybe not. We'll find out, right? So we figured out our auto crafters. The first two here are just going to be going into a hopper line because these are just making the golden ingots. And that's just sending the ingots over into this one, which is making the gold blocks. Now we have 3 of our item filters there going into this one single gold block crafter. So that's all good. And that's really the only part of the system that's going to be like non-symmetrical or non-normal. The rest of this is just going to have all of the auto crafters going straight into the water stream. We're not going to have an auto crafter on every single block, so places where there's like a button, that'll be fine. And even if that does end up causing an issue, there's ways to work around that. So we'll go ahead and install all these item filters. So we'll go ahead and build up all the auto crafters for these things once we actually have like the farms installed. And then we'll know exactly how many filters that farm needs, how many auto crafters it requires. But this water stream right here is essentially going to wrap around and go into some item filters above these chests. So we're going to move down these item filters, take out these auto crafters, and kind of just make all the items of the output of all of this go into this little tiny chest wall. It would not be fine. Oh, shoosh. Yeah, we can go and rip out like all this now. I think it'll be okay. It wasn't really auto-crafting when I just showed it there, but I think that's because it ran out of all the items. What's the tool for these? Is it a hoe to break the target blocks faster? Yeah, we are going to have to move those item filters at one point, so we'll tear those out. That's actually going to make these things cheaper and smaller. So, in the long run, it'll be better. Plant-based blocks are a gardening tool? That makes sense. Gotta have that gardening tool. It's an important part of everyone's arsenal. Not to be underestimated. Okay. Lots of good materials there. So yeah, we'll just build up some item filters for that, and then that won't be as big of an issue for this line here. And then we also have this rotten flesh stream right here. So these rotten flesh filters will... Yeah, so these rotten flesh filters will be moved around a little bit at some point, and that'll shorten the water stream. So the filters will be like right here, and then we'll just send them over right. We could even move these rotten flesh filters like over to here. But I prefer them to be... Yeah, I prefer them to be in this corner, actually, because then they'll be further away from us and we won't hear them as much. Because the further away you are from, like, droppers and dispensers, the quieter they are until you get to 16 blocks, in which case they're just... You can't hear them anymore. So, good thing to be aware of there when you have those going on a super fast clock. Okay. Lightning. Out of nowhere. Very loud. Worst things water destroying redstone. Yeah, so that's something I always recommend as well. Like a very sneaky top secret trick is when you're building redstone, have a little hole in the floor. Just like every now and again. That way, if you do have water pour out of here, like if we break this out, the water will just go straight into that hole. Or like we have a hole right there. Like the water will just flow to the hole, right? It's not going to flow out your redstone. Very convenient. It'll save your redstone a lot. It looks kind of weird to have a hole in the floor every now and again, but it's very convenient. It can save your redstone, man. That's something I had to learn just through trial and error, really. Oh, okay, I'm sure we have a bunch of items down in these. Did we? Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. I was gonna be surprised if we didn't have anything get picked up here. Looking pretty good. Okay. So that should be more than enough capacity. This should be way more than enough capacity to handle all of the items from the base. Each one of these can handle 9,000 items per hour. So if we fill up all 27 of those, that's Big number there. So very likely we're going to be able to get rid of like these end 6 or 7. And that's why we're not building up the auto crafters right now. Because once we build up the farm, we'll know the exact rates of that farm, how many filters it needs, how many auto crafters it needs, and then we can adjust the size of the system accordingly. But that's just going to be kind of a long-term goal there. That's mine. Welcome in. My voice died right as I said your name. But yeah, welcome in. How you doing? It's good to see you. Let's find out how we need to build up these item filters real quick. Because this one's just going to have a standard hopper line going over them. The farm we're making, we are making all of the farms. All of them. Shocked to hear and see from you. No, I just haven't drinking anything for like the last 2 hours. Jeez. You've been around a little bit these last few months. Jeez. Will it be a portal-based goat farm? Yeah, so we've already built 4 of the, or technically 8 portals, 2 farms. So that's what all of that capacity there is for. That's the auto-crafting authority for that. And then we got the flash sorters we need to reinstall, sword burner, that kind of thing. I think this is actually going to go this way. Yeah, so this is just going to be a standard hopper line right here. Because I think that'd be easier. Hey, Halko, welcome in. Mainly the farms that make the lag. The more the better, yes. many lags. But no, I think it'll be pretty fine. That's why we have the control panel. So that we can turn off things. Because that is important, being able to turn on and off things. I also want to design a master switch for this base so that we can turn off everything all at once, or turn it on all at once. Turning on the entire base at once is going to be wild. That is not going to be good for the server health. And I'm fully aware of that. It's going to be great. Say the word Twitch, automatically get banned. Yes. I mean, wait, what? That'd be something that YouTube would pull. Well, no, that'd be something that Twitch would pull. You say the word YouTube on Twitch, you just get banned. Permabanned. TOS violation. Oh, $12,000, you know. So, the only real way to do this is to have just another hopper right there, which I know is inefficient, but, you know, that's kind of what we have going on here. Because we can't break those 2 blocks right there. Those are actually an integral part of the system. Same with those ones. Twitch's automod is indeed weird. We're just doing the 8. Just 8 portals. So the gold farms are done. We're just doing auto crafting and auto storage for like the entire base. That's why we're designing this entire system the way that we are. I have glass? I do, actually. So if we end up having more auto-crafted items than this hopper line can handle, that is going to be wild. Just going to say that now. Because that would be... Because all of these auto-crafters are going to be taking 9 items and turning them into 1. So I think that's 81,000 items an hour, right? Total capacity. Before auto-crafting, and then that would turn into 9,000 auto-crafted items. So that would be something. What? I sent it down there. Now I know the gold farms produce like 80,000 an hour. However, a lot of that is swords, a lot of that is flesh, and those don't count. And also, we're not crafting those down by 9, we're crafting those down by 81, right? Because it's 9 nuggies to an ingot and then 9 ingies to a block, right? So that's a bit different there. The math is in our favor on that one. Okay, so then the input to the system will be somewhere over here. We're gonna have that little slowdown mechanism, though, that I installed on the other one because I want this to be more reliable. I don't want any items skipping over this because we do not have overflow for this. So this is something that you can do to make the hoppers more reliable. You just put a comparator right here. This is reading from the hopper. And then that powers a piece of redstone. So then when an item comes in here, it locks this hopper. So items get backed up just a little bitsy right here. But generally that's fine. And then the items go through at a specific pace and cadence, whereas it makes all of your sorters actually more reliable. And they never miss an item that way. So that's something I learned from Rich Hart the other day in our Discord server. Great guy. Great Discord. No bias. And then this very last one right here is going to be gold blocks. Of course, I missed that jump. Jeez. And then technically, because none of these are actually going to be getting completely full of items, we could make it so that the sorter items on the back here are way more. Like instead of having 41 in the front and then 1, 1, 1, 1, we could do like 2 and then 39, 1, 1, 1. Something like that. And then we just need to take the output of that and send it up to here. Shouldn't be too difficult. I'll probably have to use a bubble column for that. Unless we really want to use an item elevator, but I feel like that would just be unnecessary redstone. Does anyone know if they remove the ability to use elytra and rockets and water? No, you should still be able to do that, unless they just removed it. Because that's always been a thing you could do on Bedrock, is in the lava. You can't do it on the water on Bedrock because reasons. It's really annoying. Honestly, though, I would take lava over water, because lava is like life or death. But water is way more often that you need it, right? Seems like that should really be the use case that we have. But yeah, I haven't fallen in any water recently, or lava. So I haven't specifically tried it, but it should be in the game still, unless they did a noopsie, which you know, does happen. That could have happened, yeah. Okay, and then we just need some water on those sides, and we'll be good to go, kind of. Here it says a little bubble column installed. Alright, I guess I need one more water source. I also need soul sand, though. Come on, YouTube, I'm skipping the thing. For every now and again, when I'm playing back the music on YouTube, it's just like, you can't play this video because you're watching it somewhere else. I'm like, no, I'm not. This is the only place I'm signed in. I never watch YouTube on this account. So, what are you doing? Maybe it knows I'm streaming. Oh, I have enough shenanigans on my own. Thank you very much. But yeah, more collabs would be good. Not really much I can do with other people on this base, though, is there? Unless I want to hire them to make it look good. That's probably something I should do. That seems like a good opportunity. Hey, come decorate my base. I'm bad at it. Okay, and then that's just gonna be ice, 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 and something like that. Not too bad. Okay, then. And then we'll probably hear those items, like, jumping up in there and making splish splash noises, but that's fine. This is actually an infinite water source right now, so not exactly how that should be built. Yeah, it's got to be 5 wide on this. And now we should be essentially done with this. For our purposes, anyway. As you can see, they go up, and then they go over, and then... yeah, everything goes over to here. Of course, any items that go in there that can't get sorted will end up in this dropper. So maybe we should have, like, a double chest right here. I doubt that's ever really going to happen, though. So we should be good. We should be good. Hello, Winton. How you doing? Thought I'm making a video showing how to make a sorter fast enough to deal with a gardening farm. This is basically what you do. This right here. Do I have any farm recommendations? It depends on what you need, but probably my channel has it. Very, very likely. Good chance that I have it. Segway? I don't know. Oh, Tunnel Rats can be my new shenanigans partner too. Oh yeah, go play Tunnel Rats. Yeah. So we have a new fan server. I think we're basically done right here for now. So good time to segue to our new hub server. This is kind of launched right now. I'll call it a soft launch because we just really have just the one thing on here, and that is Tunnel Rats. But this is a Bedrock and Java server that you can join from any platform. It's open to everyone. IP can be found in our Discord server, Silent Whisper, or discord.com. Wait, discord.gg/Silent Whisper. We're going to be making the plot world on here at some point as well. This might have just reset. Okay, maybe not a great example. Am I on the wrong Minecraft version? I might be. Anyway, I swear to you, it does actually work. We played on here the other day. But yeah, there is, this is our hub world. So basically it's going to take you to a bunch of different servers. Right now it takes you to a Tunnel Rat server. So you can play Tunnel Rats with other community members. We had an event the other day. Salt was there. It does work. Salt, you can tell. It works. I don't know why it's not working right now. Excellent demonstration. Shut up. Please hold. Where's my, jeez. What tab is it? It might not be on right now is all. Is it on? Hub world. You know what? Blame Casper. He's the one that set this thing up. Is it on? It's been on. It's on right now. I don't know. It's probably just my Bedrock edition being weird. I might also have the wrong IP. Give me 1 second. I think it might also be the wrong. What's the port that everyone uses? Is 26556 or something? I don't know. It's one of those ones. What's the port people always use? Because I had to use a different one. 25565. I had to use another one the other day. Oops. There we go. Yeah, okay, so I had the wrong port. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is our, this is Silent Land. This is the Whisperverse. Yeah, there we go. So you can actually join this right now if you go look in the Hangout channel of the Discord. IP is pinned. That was really cool. So this is something that our build team worked on for quite a while. We got our little theme park here, really. Little carnival. I forget the name. Carousel? No, it's not carousel. Anyway, little tiny theme park. Forget what it's called. There's a specific name for it. It's like a fair. Anyway, It's really cute. So there's a bunch of different portals on here that'll take you to other fan servers. We're going to migrate the plot world onto here at some point. So you'll be able to join the plot world from here. We're going to open it up so that anyone can join the plot world. Anyone can build. No application process. All good. We're going to have build. We're going to have the world edit available to everyone on the plot world too. So it's going to be great. But yeah, there's like some mini games on here. Also some Easter eggs and other things you can come on here to explore. But yeah, it's kind of just a soft launch right now because we just have the Tunnel Rats server on here. Now, I think, oh, yeah, we might need to update Geyser because, like, you see his little issues with Geyser. This is technically a Java server. Obviously, none of this works on Bedrock because it is made for Java, but the actual game works fine. We were having some inventory issues, but yeah, just ignore the, like, you know, it says settings, background A or whatever. Don't worry about that. Works fine on Java. The custom textures aren't really here, but that's not something that you can actually fix. But the actual game still works fine. Like, you can actually still go ahead and join your teams or whatever the case may be. So not the greatest looking thing on Bedrock Edition, but it is what it is. It works pretty well, actually. All things considered. So it's kind of soft launch right now because it's just the Tunnel Rats, but over time we're going to be adding more things to it. Like the events server will be on there whenever we host like a UHC or something. Plot World will be on there. And then other good stuff. But yeah, that's going to do it for tonight's live stream, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you had a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed. We're going to end by rating someone. Okay, the monitor actually did properly fully turn off. You heard the little dude. It's just gone. Monitor, are you going to turn back on? Can I have my screens? Anyway, we stream every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard, 8:30 Eastern, late UK and early Australian time. Yep, it's just my monitor died. Cool, okay. No one saw that coming. All the tabs are still over there, though, so I can't get at them. Yep, it's dead. Cool. That's why this was so cheap. We're gonna go ahead and end by rating someone as we always do, so stick around for just a moment. Let's see who we got streaming. Yeah, quite a few people streaming. Everyone's streaming from Bedrock Legends, so we're gonna go ahead and raid a Ladrium. You guys know the deal. Check them out. Drop a follow on their channel. Tell them where you came from, and I'll see you guys over there in the next one. Here is their stream link, and have yourselves a great night, everyone. We'll be streaming again on Saturday, of course. So yeah, all the fan art on the end screen here is made by a bunch of our community members. That one right there, where it's like centered right around the Cyan Sea, looks really good. Perfectly made for it. Anyway, bye guys. Have a good one.